Hey there, I'm Charlotte Smith of 3 Cow Marketing and also the Profitable Farm Facebook group. Be sure to join me there if you're not in there already. We have so many wonderful things going on in there, not just the stuff I give away all the time, all the free trainings and education, but we have such a great resource of thousands of farmers. So be sure to get in there if you're not. If you're a farmer, of course, it's for farmers, which is one of the great things about it is it's just farmers in there. But anyway, today I'm here because I'm continuing the conversation about on my blog post that I wrote recently that has 5 ways to find a group of customers who will value the products you sell. These are 5 things that I do. And so the whole blog post is really big. These five strategies can be overwhelming. And if you try to do all of them at once, you'll probably fail. And then you'll think, it doesn't work. I'm never going to find people who value my products. So that's why I'm breaking them down one by one. It's going to take you weeks or even months. You know, this is what we spend months on inside our course, teaching our students how to do. So I'm helping you along, giving you a leg up here by breaking them down so you can study them. Why do we need to do this? Well, many farmers think that they just need to work to find or tap into a group of people who value farm fresh food and are willing to pay more for it. But like I said in the other videos are that there is no group of people that exists in any first world country, because food is a commodity, that are willing to pay more for food. All right, they just don't exist. We live in a society where food has been treated as a commodity. We've been trained to think of it as a commodity for 100 years, probably. And that is a really hard, we're not going to break that thinking. It's really hard to re-educate people. And it's across all socioeconomic levels. So a very wealthy person, I've used this example before, will buy a little nicer car. Like my husband, if we had all the money in the world, he would buy, I don't even know, a Ferrari or something like that, probably. I would still just drive my old pickup truck because I don't care about cars like he does. But the more money people make in our society, often the more expensive car they will buy, or the more expensive clothes they will buy, or the more expensive summer camp they will send their kids to. However, those same people will brag about the screaming deal they got on cheap grass-fed beef at Costco. That's probably not even grass-fed beef, and it's most certainly not from America, But that's how we are conditioned in this society. So how can you and I as farmers break through that and find that group of customers who will value our products enough to pay more for them, to pay the prices we need, which is often 2 or 3 or 10 times the grocery store price? Well, we have to create that group of people because they don't magically exist out there. And that doesn't matter where you live. Because I live in Oregon, some people in other states will say, oh, it's easy for you to market your products. No wonder you're sold out all the time. You live near Portland. It's a foodie place. People will spend more on food. No, they don't. They still are commodity minded. They might want to eat farm to table food and at farm to table restaurants, but they're still looking for the best deal. So I gave you already video number 1, today's video number 2. We're going to have 3, 4, and 5 coming. And today, the way to find that group, create that group of people who will pay more for your products is I really emphasize education. That's one way to do it. And you want to practice all 5 of these ways. Don't just pick one to start, but work on embracing and adding all 5 of them to your repertoire of marketing tools. Now, educate. So a lot of people, let me make sure this, sorry, I'm going to take a little break, make sure this is working. Because it almost, yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. I'm going to find it again in case questions come up live. And this is just, this is normal. This is technology that when I record it in one place and broadcast it in 2 other places, I want to make sure everyone's getting taken care of. Okay, so good. It's working over there. All right, so back to education. Some farmers will think, well, I educate them all the time. I send them blog posts on why I rotate my pastures. I send them blog posts on our chemical-free, GMO-free feed we buy. I sent them all the information about us going through the process of being organic certified. I teach them about my heritage breeds. Well, that's farmer speak. That is, people are too busy. They trust you to have the farming practices under control. That's what we farmers want to geek out about, and we want our customers to be interested in that. But they trust us to have that down pat. What they are, and so their eyes are going to glaze over if those are the blog posts and marketing emails and Facebook posts and Instagram posts that you're sending out. Those farming practices will not matter to the majority of people. Their eyes will glaze over and they will keep scrolling until they stumble across someone, if you learn this here, who is educating them on something that actually connects with them. All right. So what connects with your customers? They tell you. And this is what I teach you guys. I give you even the sample emails to send you to your customers to find out what matters to them. When you get those emails back and you find out what matters to them, then you create your marketing materials around that. So, for instance, a lot of our parents are mothers of young children and they have ear infections. Well, great. A recent study came out, talked about how farm fresh food helps ear infections. So I did a blog post on that study. Now, that's not going to reach everybody. That's not enough. Kind of an academic education perspective only works for a few people who actually want to read the research or, can engage with those scientific terms. What works far better to educate them are the stories that you can share that will inspire them to find value in your products to the point that price is no object. And yes, you can get to the place where 90% of your customers don't even care about the price of your products because they are so connected with what you're doing. They find it so valuable that they're willing to pay anything. All right. So if research studies, that's fine. Conjugated linoleic acid in grass-fed beef, that's only going to appeal to a few people. We got busy moms. So some people think that, well, preventative, you want to eat farm fresh food, so I'm going to educate them on that it's preventative medicine. Well, humans we are not very preventative. I know I should be going to the gym 3 times a week and lifting weights 30 minutes 3 times a week, because I read that somewhere, so that I don't get osteoporosis when I'm old. But do I do that? No. However, if a gym sent me some great engaging stories on how that worked for somebody else, I'd probably find a way to do it. So telling them that they have to pay more for farm fresh food so they don't get sick when they're older doesn't really engage with them. But find a story. This is where, those email templates where you can get those stories from your customers and then turn them around into emails, blog posts, Facebook and Instagram posts, and show the value so people will come buy from you. That's the key to doing this. All right. So an example might be, I made some notes here. Okay. Turkeys. Let's talk about turkeys. We do pastured turkeys. We sell out in 24 hours in September. They're $8 a pound. They're $150 to $225 a turkey, depending on the weight. Some people might think, wow, that's so outrageous. You're creating a product for elite people. And guess what? Everyday people buy our turkeys because they value all the things I've taught them to value, which is not our farming practices. They assume we're doing the best possible for the birds. So I don't need to educate them on the rotational grazing, moving them to fresh pasture, or even the fact that they are pastured. That's not important to them. But what's important to them is it's fresh. We're the only place in the area that does fresh turkeys right before Thanksgiving. So we talk about that. I will have a customer tell me, they'll send me an email after Thanksgiving, and describe their Thanksgiving with this fresh turkey and what it meant to them. And I will save that. And that's a story I'll share next September when I'm taking deposits for fresh turkeys to help sell out. Now, a lot of people think, oh, it's a fresh turkey. I travel for Thanksgiving, so therefore we aren't going to buy it. So guess what I did? I educated them by sharing a story of one of our customers who bought our turkey. They're butchered 4 days before Thanksgiving so that they have time to age perfectly for Thanksgiving. He came, picked up his turkey, took it home, immediately froze it so that the day before Thanksgiving, he could take it on an airplane to Atlanta where he was meeting up with his family. And he told me all about traveling there with his turkey and then bringing this Oregon turkey, you know, farm fresh turkey all the way from Oregon on the airplane, and they enjoyed it for Thanksgiving. So the next year I shared that story along with taking deposits for turkeys to make sure we sell out. And it opened it up to a whole new customer base of people who travel, who thought, I can't buy your fresh turkey because I go to the East Coast or the West Coast, or I go to Arizona, or I go to Texas, or, you know, Atlanta, Canada, wherever it might be. And they read this guy's story and they're like, oh, I can buy one of her turkeys. And again, we sell out. So we have no problem selling out every year and increasing our production every year because of those stories I use to educate them. So again, you can use some, oh yeah, Teddy. Hi, thanks for being here, Teddy. Teddy is one of our marketing students. I'm so glad you're here live because she just posted in our course that she sold out on turkeys for the year because of these practices I'm sharing with you right now. I hear it over and over and over. I think the most common phrase I hear out here from our students is, I sold out, over and over again. So when you learn to market, you learn to create instead of try to find, you create your own customer base of people who value your food enough to the point that money is no object. You will sell out all the time. You will become profitable, sustainable, and you will be here long-term, living the farm life you dreamed of, not just living in poverty, okay? So that's what this is about. Let me see if I had another short story I was gonna share. Let's see. Oh, chicken. Chicken's a great one. Pastured chickens. You know, our chickens, again, $7 a pound. They're $35 to $45. That would be sticker shock for the average person, but I have educated our customer base to value them so much that price is no object. Some people, oh, yay, Kaylin's here. I'll read her comment in a minute. Some people are hesitant to purchase a whole chicken because what did I hear when I sent those emails to my customers? I don't know how to cut it up. So guess what? I educated them with a little video on my phone, unedited, just a video and me in the kitchen cutting up a chicken. I said, here's how you do it. And then sales of chickens increase. The other thing is I will do blog posts on 3 meals out of 1 chicken. So all of a sudden that $40 chicken covers them for 3 meals plus bone broth, you know, to heal their leaky gut. So when I educate them how to use our products, money's no object. There is my customer base I've created that values farm fresh food no matter what the cost. All right. So I've shared 2 really good examples, and it doesn't matter what you're raising: flowers, vegetables, eggs, raw milk. Raw milk is what we do. So I have extensive stories there. I just didn't share them because I want to spread the love to some other farms. Anyway, this is just our second strategy out of 5. So there's a link in here above the video for you to read the whole blog post and start implementing these strategies over the next year. Because remember, all this takes time, and you will find that you will be sold out more often than not, and you'll become sustainable and profitable. Okay, let me read a comment. Kaylin Hansen said, hi, Charlotte. I just recently discovered your videos on YouTube. My husband and I are looking at purchasing our farm next year when he's out of the Navy. Woo! My son is in the Marine Corps, and he's going to be out next summer too. So thank you for his service. She dreamed of having a farm her entire life, finally getting ready to make that dream a reality. I hear this so much, and I'm so excited for you, Kaylin. I'm wondering where you guys live. So you can put that into the comments. So you're welcome. I am glad you are going to love our online course. That sells out. We only have 100 spots twice a year, and so it sells out. So you'll want to be there too. But anyway, this is not about the course. Just know that the course is incredible, and I'm excited to have you there. And we have lots of military families, military and farmers. There's a lot of overlap there. So really, really happy to welcome all of those. As you know, my son's in the Marine Corps, or maybe you didn't know, and he's getting out in about 9 months. So he started that process, going through the classes of what to do when he gets out. I'm trying to convince him to go to school full time. you know, without pressuring him to do that, you know. So hopefully that's what he'll do. And then he can farm, do whatever he wants. But let's take care of that GI Bill first. Anyway, that's a different conversation. Thank you all for being here. Love it. Ask questions if you want. We're here to help you always. All right, take care.